Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. This one is one that has captured the attention of the country. And the question that every Kenyan has been asking, is it true that President Uhuru Kenyatta has not talked to President-elect William Samoei Ruto since he was declared the President-elect last week or earlier this week on Monday? I want to say that no one knows the truth. Not even the insiders of William Ruto, not even the insiders of President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. On Monday, and I kept on insisting this, when the President-elect William Samoei Ruto was making a statement that he reached out to Raila Odinga the fateful day in the morning, my position was Ruto maybe was lying. And because he knew that Raila was not going to respond to that. Now, the truth of the matter here is the president is in big dilemma. While he can extend his generosity and the kindness and the gentleman approach to politics by congratulating the Kenya Kwanza captain William Ruto for allegedly winning the presidential vote, that narrative can be used as a very big propaganda to insinuate that the president has dumped Raila Odinga. And for lack of a better word, that would occasion the end of Raila's political move in Supreme Court. And it will actually jeopardize. Because one thing I expect, if the president was to call his deputy, that phone conversation will be recorded. The audio will be leaked the next day by the Dennis Itumbi, and the whole country will be made to understand that the president has betrayed Raila Odinga and is now supporting William Samoei Ruto. There is no problem with such a political move. I want to be very objective in this. However, there is a Supreme Court move that is on card that Raila Odinga is laying on table. And number two, there has been a negotiation that is being mediated by the clergy. Yesterday, the 17th of August in the morning, there was a caucus of the bishops that met Deputy President in Karen. And today, the 18th, the same group met President Uhuru Kenyatta in State House. I want to speculate by 100% with very slim margin that this team are working in the interest of Raila Odinga, William Ruto, and President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So what exactly is going on? Today I listened to the interview by Rigathi Gachagua, and he seems to be insinuating that the president is not playing, has not spoken to his deputy. I want to repeat, not even Rigathi Gachagua really knows what's going on. We understand that constitutionally, it is in public domain that the president-elect and deputy president-elect, William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, were actually, their security was beefed up. I am not yet sure whether they are receiving the intelligence briefings or other classified briefings that they are supposed to receive under the Constitution. However, this is what is clear. What is the report that is coming is that the transition committee, which is supposed to be activated if no one goes to dispute the elections, I think within the 7 days, that transition committee, two names had been forwarded to that committee. The two names are the members from William Ruto team that are supposed to be part of that committee planning the swearing in. So, number one, this is something that these members are supposed to then be briefing both ends, from the transition committee and they brief the deputy president-elect. If you ask me those, what is your speculation? People that William Ruto really trust that can be part of that. That could be, I see Nanok. Just, I can guess one person, Nanok. You can guess who else do you think can be part of that? Now, after William Ruto forwarded the names to plan the same, because that is a constitutional requirement, the way Rigathi Gachagua is talking, he seems to insinuate that there is nothing going on, even though we understand that the swearing in process only starts after the 7 days window when no one goes to court to dispute the results. Now, I see Gachagua is getting worried over the swearing in, and he seems to criticize the president for not reaching out to his deputy. And I think he's just trying to mince his words because he's a deputy president elect and is just becoming economical with the flow of thought in his mind. But Rigathi Gachagua seems to believe that president is committed to wants to stop their swearing in. That is why if you listen to that interview, he is actually talking more of what the constitution says, that the president will have to hand over. I think at some point he was even saying that the swords and that those are just ceremonial things. It's not a must. I want to believe the gentleman person in President Uhuru Kenyatta. I don't think that will be his plan. And the transition, as I said, the transition will be smooth. So guys, is it by coincidence that a senator from US is in the country? He has met the three leaders, Raila, Uhuru, and William Ruto. And is it by coincidence that the men of the cloth, the clergy drawn from Catholic, Anglican, and evangelical ministries, have been meeting both President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto? We yet to find out whether the same team is going to meet Raila Odinga, probably tomorrow. I suggest that will be a possibility. What exactly do you think is going on? And that brings me to my point that I normally say we have a divided country and something needs to be done. Guys, what do you say? Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. I want to continue reminding us members of this channel of the 50 shillings challenge for our sister Sarah Atieno Onyango, who is suffering acute leukemia and is locked in Kenyatta Hospital. I have been doing a 21 days challenge that is ending tomorrow, the 19th of August, and it is just donating at least 50 shillings. My idea has been that if members of the channel, we are almost 30,000 subscribers. If 20,000 can donate at least 50 shillings, I want to believe that we can be in a position to reach 1 million. And I believe this target is still possible. By Saturday, I shall harmonize all the costs and then also tally, recount, and give the final results, or rather give the final figures on light note. We are collecting that through my WhatsApp as Team Bold, through my number as Team Bold, because I want to know how much we have gathered. So that's why I decided that I'm going to collect them myself. My number is 0710 62 78 89, Kevin Olo. You can also reach out to Sarah. Her number is 07 16 357 360. And I want to believe that this one is going to be possible. I can tell you that through this campaign, God have been opening doors. And within the 21 days, I have been in a position to put a lot of adverts, clients that reach out on hold. And I believe from next week, or rather from Saturday, I will resume with our adverts. And we just thank God in a special way. My interpretation of the situation. What am I seeing? Kenya Kwanza are distressed of that Supreme Court move. And you can see that they want to celebrate, they want to hold on their horses, they want to criticize the president, they want to criticize Raila Odinga, but there is an element of restraint because the silence of the president is not been easy to interpret. You know, when the president is quiet, that silence of President Uhuru Kenyatta is really throwing a lot of thoughts, is really giving them a lot of thoughts, and they are distressed of that. Will the president have, do the president have some influence in Supreme Court? Will President Uhuru Kenyatta, is President Uhuru Kenyatta committed to make sure that Raila Odinga goes to a rerun with the deputy, with his deputy? These are things that are on the table, and I want to tell you why this silence of president is distressing about the Supreme Court move. Remember the four commissioners at IBC that were protesting against the chairman. I want to believe that they could not get that audacity last minute to move and to differ with Wafula Chebukati if that move was not ensured. And if you understand what I mean, the insurance of those four commissioners is President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. Because the truth of the matter here is they are speaking the voice of Azimio la Umoja. So someone is already seeing that the president might be having a card against them. And you can also interpret this as an overstatement. You're allowed. Guys, regarding Gachagua seems to have been sidelined on high-profile talks that the president-elect is having with everyone. And in the fullness of time, the deputy president may have to understand why there was a lot of secrecy in handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. Because the way Rigathi Gachagua is talking, he's now hitting the president. And before he knows, he might be sacrificed in the altar of State House politics. I wish he has a lot of confidence on William Ruto and the way things are running. But listening to that interview, he is in the moon. He is actually in darkness. He does not understand, because there could be talks between William Ruto and President Uhuru Kenyatta. And so for him, it's just advancing a narrative that I just want to see what is actually doing is Gachagua is just continuing with that campaign plan of hitting President Uhuru Kenyatta. He must just go after the president, even if, because the president keeping quiet is not a problem. And just challenge me. Where is it written that President Uhuru Kenyatta must reach out to the president-elect? Why are Kenyans being made to understand that it's the president that should congratulate? Why do you think what is wrong with William Ruto still approaching the president and they talk? What stops William Ruto from doing that? And from where I am, those people have talked. Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto have talked. Those calls are not in public domain. You're not going to find them in WhatsApp groups. They have talked. But then, Rigathi Gachagua is in the dark. Before he knows, watu waliongea kitambo sana. And why? Of course, with the presidency, there needs to be an element of secrecy. You can't just lay secrecy. You can't just lay everything table. But then, this is my punchline. President Uhuru Kenyatta is becoming economical, and his operatives might be blocking Ruto from receiving classified information on the state of the country, especially in relation to the economy, because they know that as a president-elect, there is that bit of excitement, and President-elect William Ruto, who is being the first-hand solution politician, he might just throw in pledges and promises and policies here and there without even knowing whether this is possible. So when he is sworn in, and during that swearing in ceremony, he goes to be sworn in without knowing the state of issues. I believe that, of course, the transition of authority is briefing him, but there is some classified information on the state of economy, on the issues, and what the country can do, or what exactly is happening. So that the plan is he might rush to the swearing in, and because out of excitement and the commander-in-chief, the power and the vigor in it, comes up and throws a promise that from tomorrow, the price of unga is going to drop to 60 shillings, not knowing that in the economy, maybe that is not possible. And on that footnote, on that note is going to create a backlash with the Kenyan public. Guys, that is my take on why the president is angry. And if you ask me, there have been a question of, do you think the president can skip the swearing in? No. Unless there is a message that he wants to relay. Even though we know that last public appearance between the two of them was not a good one at Uhuru Gardens. And who knows, the swearing in might be taken to Uhuru Gardens, not even Kasarani, as other people might believe or might want it to be. So, guys, that is it. Gachagua, according to him, is that the president is going to skip. Do you think that is the way to go? And that's my bold analysis.